It looks almost surreal. A fully finished, multi-ton room wrapped in heavy plastic, gliding hundreds of feet in the air. Traditional construction requires months of sequencing trades inside a tight space. Here, the entire bathroom arrives at once. In this video, we're going to walk through the complete installation sequence for prefabricated bathroom pods. We'll start at the delivery truck and follow the unit all the way through to the final plumbing connections. Before a truck even pulls up to the site, preparation is required. Step 1 is finalizing a detailed traffic management plan, which confirms clear, safely measured interior transport routes through the building. Next, you have to verify your lifting equipment. The tower or mobile crane must have adequate weight capacity and reach, and it must be equipped with lifting chains that are at least 6 meters long. Finally, the site team needs to prepare the floor. The exact grid lines and precise datum elevations for the bathroom pod must be pre-marked directly on the concrete slab. Skipping any of these preparation steps causes major logistical bottlenecks. If the site isn't ready, you lose the primary advantage of off-site manufacturing: speed. The units arrive on flatbed wagons, usually transported in batches of 3 to 7. Depending on the truck size, site logistics will direct the driver to a designated unloading station. Notice how each pod is completely sealed in a heavy-duty plastic film. This barrier protects the internal fixtures from weather and construction dust during staging. Rigging the pod for its flight requires strict adherence to safety protocols. Those minimum 6-meter chains are attached exclusively to 4 certified lifting eyes cast into the unit, each rated for a 2-ton safe working load. Once secured and cleared, the crane hoists the pod up from the staging area and swings it toward the active floor plate. This lift usually takes place during the structural phase of the build. The unit is lowered directly onto the exposed concrete floor slab, long before the upper floors or exterior facades are enclosed. Landing the pods at this stage allows for unrestricted crane access. It completely bypasses the difficult process of pushing a heavy room through narrow, finished interior corridors. Dropping the pods onto an open floor plate keeps the crane moving efficiently. It turns a complex placement job into a predictable, high-speed assembly line. Once the pod is resting firmly on the slab, unhooking the chains introduces a safety risk. The worker must wear a secured safety harness and lanyard while detaching the rigging. With the unit unhooked, the installation team maneuvers it across the slab. They follow the exact route laid out in the traffic management plan, ensuring the floor can support the moving load. Now we reach the positioning phase. The pod must be placed with strict accuracy to fit inside the building's structural layout. The team pushes the unit until its footprint aligns exactly over the X and Y grid lines that were pre-marked by the main contractor. Once on its marks, the unit must be leveled. Installers place plastic or metal shims under the base to raise the floor until it meets the exact horizontal datum line. This exact millimeter-perfect leveling ensures that all of the plumbing and electrical connection points leaving the pod will line up perfectly with the building's roughened pipes. After the unit is locked into its final physical position, it is time to tie the pod into the building's mechanical, electrical, and plumbing networks. For the electrical systems, all the necessary corrugated wiring has already been run inside the pod's wall profiles at the factory. This schematic shows the electrical layout. The internal wires route directly up to junction boxes or connectors located on the ceiling. Leaving these accessible on top, electricians can execute a rapid plug-and-play integration with the power grid. Next is the plumbing phase, introducing the highest risk of failure in the entire installation sequence. Before making the final water connections, the main contractor is required to completely flush out all of the site-installed supply pipes. Skipping this flush allows construction debris and metal shavings to flow straight into the pod's pre-installed terminal fittings. This will immediately damage the shower and sink hardware, and it completely voids the manufacturer's warranty. Once correctly connected, site representatives begin the commissioning process. They test the electrical switches and run the water systems at full working pressure to ensure there are no leaks. After the tests pass, the installation team and the main contractor perform a joint inspection. They go through a detailed check sheet to confirm completeness and log any minor snags. The result is immediate. You open a door in the middle of a dusty, raw construction zone and step into a spotless, fully operational bathroom. By planning the logistics carefully, executing precise leveling and strictly following MEP protocols. Prefabricated pods provide high-end quality and save months of schedule time.